human beings don't have anything unless they do one of two things. Either they work hard, produce something, or they steal something.
Take it, yeah.
And that's the two ways to get rich, right?
That's right. I always say this.
Bastiat said it very, very well in his books. You know, spoliation, despojo. I don't know what the word is. Spoliation.
Plunder. They call
Plunder.
it. Yeah,
Plunder.
English, yeah.
Plunder is much easier.
Yeah.
So war and plunder and theft is a much easier way to get rich than to actually sweat and produce, right?
Yeah, the problem is it's parasitic on production, right? That if everyone just follows that philosophy, then there's nothing to steal.
Exactly, and that takes us to Cuba today. You know, this island of Cuba, which is a wonderful place, which is naturally rich in resources and fertile land, they're going through a starvation period, and they got no energy, they got no light, and it's a total mess because the state has grown to be such a parasite that nobody wants to work.
Yeah.
And anybody who had any hope for the future has left. And leaving behind the very worst of society.
Yeah.
Terrible.
Yeah, and this is where I think Bitcoin matters so much because we've clearly passed laws throughout history to try and restrict people from stealing from one another or killing one another. But that's always come at the cost of centralizing violence into the state. And then the question has always been, well, who's going to guard the guardians, right?
Yeah.
And then someone comes into power that can then bend the law or the rules to favor themselves and disfavor others. And so there's this saying that people don't follow laws, people follow incentives. And so the idea of Bitcoin being money that cannot be monopolized or corrupted in that way, and being a form of property that's very difficult to seize physically.
Yeah.
This seems like a fundamental reorientation of human incentives ultimately.
Absolutely, because you see, on the wrong side, on the left side, what do you have? You have the big state financed by fiat taxation and fiat theft, which is inflation, right? It's the inflation is a tax that nobody understands and nobody recognizes, and it's 100% responsibility of the state. This fiat creation enables the state to grow obese to an unprecedented size, and where anybody anywhere would be laughed out of the room if they propose that kind of deficit financing through money printing, right? So that's what we have on this side. And on this side, we have the complete opposite pole, which is strong money, hard money, which is Bitcoin, which empowers the individual, which allows the individual to be protected from the state theft right, via your self-custody wallet, and allows the individual to skip the country and go somewhere else if his assets are under threat. And of course, this is the way to go. But the guys in power don't like that. So I'm kind of surprised that in the States, Bitcoin has been promoted or accepted by the current administration. Maybe they're being short-sighted.
Well, it's very likely that they don't understand the implications of this innovation, right? And there was a policy taken in the early days of the internet of like, do not harm, basically let the market sort it out.
Yeah.
And I think that's the best case scenario we could hope for with Bitcoin. It seems like that's the direction it's going, at least for now.
There's a wonderful clip from Hayek where he says that it would be very important for humankind to invent this new money which was separated from the state by a sly roundabout way.
Yeah.
It's a very interesting prognosis, you know, and this has come to pass.
Yeah.
This is really amazing what Satoshi Nakamoto has left us with.
It really is.
Yes.
And there's others too. You know, Tesla had written about something like Bitcoin a long time ago. Henry Ford talked about an electricity currency that would end wars.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so
I'm not familiar with that.
there's been a lot of interesting prognostication about Bitcoin.
Yeah, before Bitcoin, I was very much into this digital gold, e-gold, e-money, something, and then it got all shut down. But then this thing came around, and suddenly, boom! Here we are. I bought my first Bitcoin at 400. Which was way back then, 2013 or something.
Good for you. You got in there earlier than I did. Smart man.
It was by mistake, huh?
Yeah.
It was at a conference.
Yeah.
That's how you learn stuff.
Yes.
Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this episode, click here to find more just like it, and here to find our most recent episode. Also, make sure to like this video to help shine light on the corruption of money, and be sure to subscribe to this channel to stay connected.